Ooh. Welcome back to another fantastic episode of Two Drunk Guys in a Football Podcast. I am your co-host, Marcus D. Hammer Mary.
And I am your other co-host, Skinny Domestic. We have another good episode here for today. Week 1 is done with the books in the NFL.
It was a crazy week. A lot of good games, man.
A lot of very close end of the wire games. So of course, third episode we're gonna have news, bad betting. We're gonna do the week 1 overreacts, don't overreacts for fantasy. Um, some of that kind of could play into like just overall team expectations too. And then of course we'll get into the upcoming week of
Pick'ems,
NFL
college football.
NFL and college football pick'ems. So Marcus, why don't you go ahead and get us started with the news?
Tank Bigsby to the Eagles for like a 5th and 6th round pick, I want to say it was.
Yeah.
Travis Etienne stock going up, baby, and Tootin possibly. So interesting. I did not think he'd be the one traded. If you told me a week ago, I would say Travis Etienne would be the one being traded to a team. So interesting. Travis Etienne obviously had a wonderful game. Had like 140 yards rushing. Looked fantastic on that offense. Leon Colm, and honestly, I thought this, and I said this a couple times. I don't know if I said this on the podcast, but I most definitely said this to Skinny. I thought maybe we went too far with Travis Etienne. He was getting drafted in like the 11th round, man. But we'll see. Time will tell, honestly. But that might be the steal of the year.
Yeah. Last year, I think everybody thought he was done in Jacksonville. It sure kind of seemed like that for being what I get him in. I drafted him last year in the 2nd round, and then he had his hamstring issue, so that was really what was causing everything, was he was still just dealing with the hammy, and they wouldn't say. But the thing that what you told me about Liam Cohen saying that Tootin's is next Bucky Irving, I just laugh at, because Travis Etienne is literally that type of player.
Similar.
And
yeah, he's a receiving back, one of the best.
You made him have that spectacular game, so clearly either you have 2 Bucky Irvings and you haven't unleashed the other one yet, or you were trying to talk about Travis Etienne and just mistaken your running backs up. Yeah, but Tanks Bigsby, I'll take it. Will Shipley is hurt. He had a rib injury, so he's projected to be out pretty much the year. So we needed a backup running back. So I'm not complaining. I think Tanks Bigsby is a solid backup running back for Saquon Barkley.
Yeah. Sorry. My next piece of news, my last piece of news, it is NFC NFC Player of the Week. Who is it? JJ McCarthy. That's all I gotta.
Should have been Ibuka, but
I love Mbuka too. Mbuka had a great week, but JJ McCarthy has that dog in him. Primetime JJ for right now. He's 1-0 in primetime. Kirk Cousins could never have 100% winning record in
I was gonna say, Kirk Cousins for sure. I even had that down on my news. Shocking, huh?
Nice. Yeah, it was crazy.
Okay, other news.
You go ahead with yours.
Other news, because I don't want to talk about JJ McCarthy
anymore. More than we will the whole episode. So,
dude, still not sold. Week 1, whatever. Yeah. Juwan Jennings gets a $3 million play incentive on his contract, so we can make, instead of up to 7.5, you can make up to 10.5 million this year.
Also hurt.
Yeah, I think he's day to day. I think he's still expected to play, but hopefully he plays, because
he's gonna need to, because Ricky Pearsall. Ricky Pearsall as number 1 is gross to me. I don't know why. It doesn't look right.
George Kittle's another piece of news. George Kittle's on the IR, so he's gone for 4 weeks. Ayuk's still gone. Like, CMC could not be the only healthy guy for him.
Well, and then they have what's that receiver named Boot or something like that?
Yeah.
He was a Patriot last year. He was hurt, and then now he's on the team. He might catch passes next week. So
Well,
for this upcoming week,
or no, are you thinking of Kendrick Bourne?
Kendrick Bourne. Sorry, yeah, Kendrick Bourne might be the next man up, and he's still hurt.
Well, dude, that tight end. Did you watch the Seahawks game? The backup tight end.
Yeah.
Oh, ooh, big man did. But
That's what you need.
yeah, the 49ers, man, just injuries are gonna really deplete them. Nick Bonito and the Broncos signed a 4-year, $120 million extension with $70 million guaranteed. That makes him the highest non-paid quarterback in Broncos history, which you would think Pat Surtain probably kind of deserves that.
I'd say over Nick Bonito, but I mean Nick Bonito's a fine player.
That defense is killer, though. You got a
It's
lot
good.
of fine players on that, so rightfully deserved when you're a part of that.
It's true.
Amari Cooper retires. Realized didn't want to play for the Raiders. So he's like,
Yeah,
I'm
that
just
was a
gonna
weird
hang it
one.
up. Eagles signs Darius Smith to a 1-year deal. We needed some pass rush depth. I don't think he did anything last year or the last 2 years.
They might need it even more. How long is Jalen Carter suspended for?
Oh, I'll just throw that news in there. He's fined $57,222. He had a 1-game suspension, which the NFL said that since he got ejected from the Cowboys game, that'll serve as a suspension, so he doesn't miss any time.
Oh, Eagles getting special treatment, huh? Sitting there spitting in Dak's face. That was ridiculous.
Oh yeah,
That was
I agree.
Ridiculous.
I don't know.
Like hold your composure as a man.
Yeah, what? Like I
don't know.
We know
I
he
don't know
has
why
his he has his little attitude, and that just goes to show for the Eagles defense in terms of we don't really have any old heads to keep. Like, we're the youngest defense in the league now. We don't have the Darius Slay type of veteran presence on that. Brandon Graham's gone, so you don't have that mentorship anymore, really, in terms of the defensive room. Zadarius Smith definitely, I think, is a good addition for that to kind of get that back. But Jalen Carter, you're arguably the best defensive tackle in the league, or top 2 or 3.
Yeah.
You gotta just be smarter than that. And
with
your previous history of things, people are gonna come after you and say a lot worse things because of that. It definitely impacted the game. The Cowboys were able to run down our throats because of it. We didn't have that impact that he makes, but
I think it felt worse than it was. I don't think they really rained down your throat. To be honest, if you look at the stat line, besides 1 mile standing big run, but it did feel like they were moving the ball better than they probably would have been because he only ran for like 50-some yards. Javonte Williams we'll talk about him later, but I don't know.
I also think that I think the 1-game suspension's kind of BS, that you get ejected from the game and that serves it. Like, what if it happened in the second half?
Yes.
You're not gonna just say, oh well, the second half is a suspension. You suspend him for a full ass game, or at least half a game, maybe. I don't know. I just don't think that's okay because you're backtracking his punishment when that was I don't agree with that, and I'm an Eagles fan, guys. I don't agree with it. As much as I'd love to see him play.
Hey, you can say what you want about Skinny, but he calls it straight.
Yeah, I'm not corrupt, all right?
He's no corrupt with this guy.
No corrupt guy.
Calls it straight.
Bucks extend DB Zion McCollum to a 3-year, $48 million with $35.5 guaranteed. Solid defensive back for him. I like that Bucks defense. They did let Penix kind of do his thing on them this last week. They still won, but gotta be better. Need better. Steelers get a $3 million incentive added to Cam Hayward's contract, so he can make I think it's like $18 billion or something this year or whatever.
He got hurt too.
Yeah, he's still expected to be a free agent, so whatever. This one's for you. Quinshon Judkins signs his 4-year, $11.4 million deal, so Marcus is
That's
happy.
right. We back, Judkins. We back.
After putting a lot of stock in him in fantasy leagues, you were happy about that.
I had him in one. I almost had him in the dynasty, and thank goodness I don't have him in the dynasty. Emeka Ibuka, and I'll take Caleb Johnson will become something. I still believe, but like, holy shit, Emeka Ibuka might like if week one ends the season off of this, Emeka Ibuka's rookie of the year.
Yeah, and didn't I bring his name up for at one point? I thought I brought it up in our group chat over, or who did I do? Maybe. Oh no, I did Matthew Golden, and then Matthew Golden doesn't even show up. But
no, I always was big on Emeka Ibuka though.
I know you were big on him, but with our parlay that we do for awards, everybody said it's probably going to be Genty, but I'm pretty sure I thought I said.
I think you said Matthew Golden.
Well, Matthew Golden on the podcast.
Travis Hunter.
Oh, I guess I dropped him too. Yeah,
he didn't look bad either, but
Ibuka, I didn't think he'd have an impact as quickly as he already did. I don't think anybody really did, but I mean, when you watch that second touchdown,
thought so, because of all the reports were so positive about him, and Baker's like, this is one of the most talented people I played with, and like just if Godwin didn't get hurt, it might be different. But since he did get hurt, it really just changed the outlook of that team. I honestly think it's plug and play, to be honest.
Well, in that second touchdown, Jesse Bates dropped down to cover Mike Evans. So Mike Evans is a big. We're gonna stop Mike Evans, make Ibuka beat us.
Oh, makes sense.
He did. He showed you that he did. So teams are gonna definitely have to start honoring him. Last two news things: 49ers released Jake Moody, and then they go and sign Eddie Pinheiro, whatever.
Gross.
Kickers miss some kicks and get cut right away. And then lastly, the Packers extend Christian Watson to a 1-year, $13.25 million deal. He's currently on PUP. Basically, they're just trying to make sure he has, he's a part of the team and making money while he's getting healthy and doesn't have to worry about it. Then we have college football updates. Number 16 ISU defeats Iowa 16-3. Go Cyclones! Get that Cyhawk trophy. Everybody watched. I was on Twitter and stuff throughout the game, and the amount of wow, this Iowa game's so boring and this and that, and oh my goodness, Gage. Boring, but that's the Iowa State Cyclone.
What did Gage say?
All already here. But that's how the Cyhawk game always is. It's always low scoring. It's always a battle. Like, it's never even Iowa was ranked all these years and was never never really a crazy blowout. Often, I mean, there's the occasional blowout, but it's always usually a pretty decent, solid game. Gage just said, "Little late, just catching up. JJ doesn't deserve Player of the Week by any means. Dude was trash most of the game."
Gage, it's not how you start, it's how you finish, and he was first, baby. And you know what? One thing I'll give out to JJ, we'll talk about it more later, but I'll say this. He did look like trash. I was sitting there thinking, did we get the right guy? But one thing I will say about JJ the whole game is he was calm and he didn't let anything rattle him. He threw a pick six. He made a mistake, but he came back firing, and his last quarter and a half of football were very impressive. Yes, that was good football played, and he came out there swinging, and he looked good. And that's honestly what makes a good quarterback. I've seen a lot of quarterback play in Minnesota. Once you get in a franchise that has unstable quarterbacks, or since I've been there, I mean, I've watched Christian Ponder, watched Teddy Bridgewater, I've watched Kirk Cousins, I've watched Sam Bradford, I've watched, name a list of quarterbacks. Once you have a quarterback that doesn't get rattled, like a Teddy Bridgewater or like a Case Keenum, who goes out there and slings the ball and just can do it, that is more important than anything. The confidence is key, and I love him because he played pissed. Did you see the picture of him after the first touchdown was done? And just how pissed he is. I think we are looking at someone that is going to be a very fine player in the future.
He'll get the job done. A lesser Jalen Hurts. Gage said, "Dude barely finished."
He finished, baby. He finished.
Hey, all I know is I said it's time to put Carson Wentz in, and then JJ McCarthy started playing better. So if you guys need,
I remember I remember Jordan Love's first game. It was trash, dog. JJ McCarthy looks way better than Jordan Love. I remember that game because I watched against the Kansas City Chiefs, and you guys got smoked, and that's when the Kansas City Chiefs defense was ass. So take that, Gage
He
Wells.
said he didn't give up. I'll give him that. Definitely kept his head up. Glad to see his first NFL touchdown go to a Bear though. Oh man, that's funny. Then we had a lot of upsets this week. Actually, well, I guess they're all technically upsets in terms if you want to go by rankings. I know Oklahoma was favored, but Michigan was ranked higher. I always view those as upsets. But Mississippi State upsets number 12 Arizona State 24-20. Arizona State was one of those teams they thought were going to come back and run through the Big 12.
Yeah, they sucked. Dude.
They still could, but they did not look good. Did not look good at all. Number 18 Oklahoma defeats 15 Michigan 24-13. I thought Michigan was back. I guess not. They didn't look good either. Oklahoma might be back. I guess they took a little dive for a while. One of those two teams is going to be back by the end of the year.
Let's go Sooners, baby.
Baylor upsets number 17 SMU 48-45 in double overtime.
I'm going to tell you, that was an impressive ass game because I remember looking at the score and they were down by like 17 points at one point, and it might have been higher. And they went for it on fourth, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
And it's not even like SMU played phenomenal. Baylor tipped it, should have had an interception or at least a drop down pass. Goes right to the receiver's arms, takes it for a touchdown. You know, like they had some bad luck happen. You know, so and then what could have sold the game was the end of the game. The quarterback for Ole Miss tries to run out the clock, tries to slide. The worst slide I've probably ever seen performed by a quarterback ever. He doesn't slide. He goes to like sit on his ass, so he's technically not even sliding, and he gets popped, just fucking absolutely destroyed. They throw a flag. Luckily, it wasn't targeting. The guy hit him in the chest, and that they didn't hit him for a late hit on a quarterback because it was a terrible slide attempt. Like, terrible. It looked like he just kicked his feet up and then was just going to land on his ass type thing. You know, like it just that if they would have called that, Baylor probably doesn't win this game. Then overtime, the overtimes were good. I have Baylor as my dark horse for the Pac-12 or Big 12. So this is definitely a big win for that. But that was probably one of the better college football games of the weekend. And then lastly, I guess, did I say USF upsets number 13 Florida yet? USF upsets number 13 Florida 18-16. USF 2 top 25 wins already. So now they're ranked 18th. I think they have a top. They play Miami this week, so we'll talk about that later. But that's impressive. Being an unranked team and going and beating some ranked teams and putting up some battles. Now you're ranked. You're ranked to 18 now for that. Just sucks that you now play Miami, but we'll see how that goes. And then lastly, for you, Marcus, NC State defeats Virginia 35-31.
That's terrible. It's terrible. I watched the stats, or I watched the things. We were looking good, but what are you gonna do? NC State had us.
And then,
dude, I'm not gonna lie, Virginia's been fucking slinging it, dude.
Yeah. I mean, 31 points. No scrubs. They're pretty decent. They're in the ACC. They're tolerable. I'm just gonna go the Eagles game and Vikings game this week since it's week 1. Like nobody gives a shit. I think Eagles 24, Cowboys 20. Thursday Night Football, first game of the week. Eagles game. Clearly, we talked about Jalen Carter getting ejected right away. We had a player on the opening kickoff injure his knee, so he's out for the season, which he missed last season for getting injured. So that's just a great way to go.
Start it all.
I'm not worried, but we didn't look very good on any capacity.
No.
We have questions on who our deep numbered cornerback 2 is, because technically DeJean's our nickel, so we need somebody opposite of Mitchell. Safety work needs a little help, just a little bit, and then clearly our pass rush was decent. We were getting pressures on Dak. We need to finish tackles, and we need to get there literally half a second sooner.
Dak looked good.
Yeah,
Dak actually looked
Dak
really,
played good.
really good.
And it's a new offensive coordinator, so I didn't
Did you
expect
know
things
that
to
he's
go.
never thrown a pick against the Eagles? They said. I don't know if that's true stats, but that's what
I'd
they
have
said.
to, I'd have to look. Maybe it's like
Look
at
it
the
up.
Lincoln or something, but I'd have to go look. I wouldn't
Yeah, it
doubt it.
could be.
Um, but we should have had like 4 different picks. It seemed like we had plenty of opportunities to.
Yeah.
And then yeah, our new offensive coordinator didn't get Devontae Brown, didn't scheme plays for AJ Brown or Devontae Smith, and when he did, the Cowboys' whole purpose of the secondary was to prevent those two from touching the ball, because Jalen Hurts to Jahan Dotson and Dallas Goedert was perfect. Didn't no incompletions, um, but like AJ Brown, they wanted a quick slant on double team. They had guys there,
Yeah.
so the offensive coordinator needs to scheme things a little bit more to get those two involved,
Yeah.
because you're not going to win many games not having those two do anything.
Oh.
Um, so our line could have played better too, but it's week 1. I think we'll be fine. We're always seems like the last couple of years, the first like 3 to 4 weeks, we're always very up and down,
Lethargic.
and
You know what we learned from this game? Jalen Hurts can still run. So we learned from this game.
yeah.
Other than that, Eagles defense didn't play too bad. The rain delay kind of killed momentum.
Yeah, that. Oh
Anyone.
man, the rain delay sucked.
It was bad football after that.
Yeah.
It was turning in to be a really good Thursday night football opening kickoff. But yeah, honestly, all the primetime games, including the the Chargers Chiefs, were all very good games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, all the primetime games are actually good. Speaking of the last primetime game, Monday Night Football, Vikings 27, Bears 24. How are you feeling about your Vikings? How are you?
We came out so the first 3 quarters, it felt like typical Minnesota Vikings football. Prime time, lights a little too bright. We can't perform. And then JJ McCarthy came out and showed us why we took him there, and it showed why KOC is such a good coach and the quarterback whisperer. Because once he threw that pick, that was such a pivotal moment in that game. If we would have thrown that pick and come out flat continuously and not done anything, it would have been all I needed to see. Because JJ McCarthy, like, that's a tough loss, and there'll be tough losses. Don't get me wrong, but the fact that he came back swinging against a decent Bears defense, like
Yeah,
that Bears team is no scrub. It really has improved a lot,
just
and that Bears
missing two
offense
of
a
their
lot.
DBs, but yeah,
But still, I mean, yes, but you're playing a rookie quarterback, so there's still some things. It's kind of
offsetting
like you're playing
penalties it
Peyton
evens
Manning.
out.
Yeah, but not a rookie quarterback, but a first-year
He's
quarterback that
basically
didn't
a
play last
rookie.
year.
He's basically a rookie. It's like when
But,
you get injured and you do your freshman year over again or something. Like he's basically a
yeah,
rookie.
but what I will say is that Vikings defense still looks really good. That Vikings offensive line was hurt. We didn't have Darisaul because he got hurt last year. That'll help out a lot once he's back, and that offensive line will be good. Jordan Mason is the RB1, I think, going forward. Um, the JJ to JJ McCarthy, JJ to JJ connection, I am not worried about at all. I think it'll be there. I think it'll be fine. And the last thing I have to say is Caleb Williams is so close to being a bust. And the reason I'm going to say that is he's not Jamarcus Russell. He's a better player than Jamarcus Russell. But for how much hype that man had and how he was going to be the savior of the NFL, I've not seen shit from him. And
Yeah.
I thought, the first half of it, I was excited. I was excited for Bears fans because obviously, like, do I like everything that Caleb Williams does? Fuck no. But do I think that he's a talented player? And I've had him in fantasy twice. I had him last year and this year because I'm like, the talent's got to be there, man. There's so many factors around him. He comes out of the gate 10 for 10. The second half couldn't do nothing. Like, he looked
Yeah, and
awful.
I mean he missed probably the most vital throw of the game. Uh,
He
to
wasn't
Cole
kind of
to
missing him.
to
He
Cole
was
Kmet.
so.
Yeah. To what I'm
Oh,
saying
yeah.
is like that if he gets that pass to Cole Kmet, I think they're on maybe the 30 or 40 yard line, and completes that pass to Cole Kmet, it's a first down within the 10 yard line. He puts complete that
Yeah.
pass. There was nobody around Komet. You have to hit that. Those are the ones that make or break you. And as a number one overall pick, you need to be able to hit that pass.
And you know what they say? I believe the stat is now that he's either 0-3 or 0-4 against quarterbacks in the same draft class as him.
Wouldn't doubt it.
And you know what? I said it. What did Gage say?
Gage said Caleb Williams is a bust. I mean, we both agreed that Caleb Williams was going to be the worst quarterback out of those top picks. We liked Penix more. We liked Bo Nix more. We liked
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels more. Both of
We
them.
love Jaden Daniels. I mean, we ought to find the clip because I know we said it of both of us, and I said it too. I said if the Bears were smart, we had a hot take. You might have made a short out of it.
I'd have to. I might have
Yeah.
some time this weekend to go do some digging, and I
Yeah,
might be
see
able
if
to
you
find
can
it.
find that. But I mean, I said that last year. If the Bears were smart, they'd take Jaden Daniels. And everyone's like, no, Caleb Williams is this, Caleb Williams is that. Caleb Williams has a bad attitude. He's a me player and he plays hero ball. And you know what? You don't need all that. He's not good enough to play hero ball. He's not Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, he looked.
Like I don't.
I don't know what happened in the second half. He looked good. Like I was like, holy shit, Caleb Williams is actually playing very good football right now. He's scrambling when things are covered up. He's getting good yardage, and then he's completing good passes, like all that. And then all of a sudden, it just what happened? What caused that to just go to shit? Um,
I don't know. There's something there, and I think Ben Johnson is a fine coach, and he could come back and be really good. But after this first game, I mean, that could be an overreaction. But I've said it once, I've said it twice. I like Justin Fields. I did like Justin Fields a lot. I still like Justin Fields, and I don't know. Caleb Williams hasn't done anything different than Justin Fields. He's a worse athlete than Justin Fields. He may be a little bit more accurate with the football, but it's not winning them games. So
yeah. Gage said JJ looked better than Williams, to be honest. Also, at least JJ didn't collapse under pressure. Then as soon as the pressure was on, he couldn't handle it, which we agree. If you're the number one overall pick, you definitely need to be able to, especially now. Like you're in the seasons. You got a new offense coordinator. You have all these weapons. You need to. You have everything to be successful. And
like a top five offensive line they pieced together. Like no joke. Like Joe Tooney, like a Pro Bowler. Like they put some great pieces to that team on top of having a great receiving core. They got Luther Burden. They got another tight end. They also have DeAndre Swift, who I think isn't a bad. DeAndre Swift is quietly like he's boring, but he's quietly like a top 15 back. And then that defense,
was
they put a lot of
1,000-yard
money
rusher with the Eagles.
Yeah.
Like
was a very talent. Like there was a point where DeAndre Swift was like a top 5 pick in fantasy football drafts.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I don't get where it's wrong, and I don't think that it's Ben Johnson. It might be Caleb Williams. Like you can only have so many excuses, and for how hyped he was, he's got to show something different. Because every other quarterback in this draft class has looked fantastic. The first round picks, Michael Penix looks good. JJ McCarthy's looked good. What's his face?
Bo Nix has looked good.
Bo Nix has looked good. Jaden Daniels, like everyone forgets about the Packers, dude. I don't know why it slipped in my mind.
Packers.
Drake May.
Oh, Patriots. Yeah, Drake May.
What did I say? The Bengals?
You said Packers. I was like, Jordan Love was not in that draft class.
No, yeah, Packers or not Patriots. Damn it! But yeah, that's what I gotta say. I also want to talk about Sunday Night Football.
Okay.
That was probably like the top 5 best matchups I've ever seen in my entire life. That was a fantastic game between the Buffalo Bills and the Ravens. That was good football. If you didn't get to watch that game, I am sorry.
Tell the people what you said to me over the phone about Josh Allen from this game.
Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the NFL right now.
You heard it here, guys. You heard it here.
Like I just want to put perspective. Keon Coleman, 2nd round pick. The rest of his wide receivers are, I don't know what the hell was what's his face, the guy from the Chargers. Shakir wasn't a hot top pick. Like Dalton Kincaid's a 1st round pick, but he's not even the offense. Like he's doing this with a bunch of nobodies, in my opinion, and he is slinging the hell out of that ball. They're playing good football in Buffalo, man.
Joshua Palmer was a 3rd round pick.
3rd round pick.
Khalil Shakir
was
4th or 5th. 5th-round pick.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. Like he's doing it with a bunch of guys, and like he looks good, man. Like that team looks good, and that whole team was firing all cylinders. Josh Allen's running the hell out of the ball. Like that defense was not playing good, man. Derrick Henry was slicing and dicing them, and without a Derrick Henry fumble, which great on that defense, the Ravens win that game. And Lamar looked great. Lamar looked fantastic. He was throwing the ball really well, running really well. Like that was good primetime football.
I went
Like
to bed
that
at
is
halftime. I was up at 5 a.m. because I put in some overtime. So I was
down once it was
exhausted.
like 20.
Yeah,
They're
I
down
was
by like
exhausted. I was like, I gotta go to bed. I was like, I didn't think the game was over. I just was like, damn, the Ravens are firing on all cylinders. This is fucking impressive.
Mhm.
And I went to bed, and then I woke up, and I was like, holy fuck. So I ended up watching the highlights for the second half. And yeah, I mean,
Matt Prater's skeleton came out there and was
to come
kicking. So
back, what was it, like less than 5 minutes left, and you were down and came back and won. And I mean, Keon Coleman in the right place at the right time, because that pass was not for him.
oh
There's
yeah,
no fucking way
no,
that
that
pass
was lucky. That's a little
yeah.
lucky, but you know,
Right place,
sometimes
right
you need
time. Uh, yeah. James Cook had that big catch and run, like it,
that.
and then Josh Allen had the rush touchdown. Yeah, it was just from the highlights. It was
Electric.
yeah.
It was electric.
I couldn't imagine, dude. I wonder how many tables got broken after that game in
Oh,
Buffalo.
dude, people were breaking tables left and right.
All right, bad betting. We went 2-2 this last week, so we're 2-2 overall for week 1. Um, Broncos won by 8, didn't cover the 8.5, and the Steelers won by, or no, the Steelers covered because it was 2.5. Bucks covered because it was 3.5. Who else did we do? Somebody won, but it was only they won, but they didn't cover. They won by like 3 instead of 2, or they won by 2, needed to cover 3.5. I don't remember who we did, but we went 2-2, so not bad. At least it wasn't 0-4 for week 1, with not knowing what to expect.
Sure.
This week we are doing Vikings money line, or Vikings minus 3.5. Bucks are not favored to win this week, so we're taking the Bucks money line. I know we usually do spreads, but we expect them to win, so we're just gonna take their money line. We'll do that sometimes on this. Rams minus 5.5, and then the Cowboys minus 5.5, which $10 would pay out about $142. This one I actually feel very good about, knowing what we just saw last week coming into this week. And clearly, J.J. McCarthy in primetime games are going to be looking pretty damn good, I think.
I think so too.
Dude, tickets for this Sunday game, Marcus, are only like $120.
Should we go?
I work some overtime. It's not on this check; it'll be on next check. But you know, I could live up for $120 for for a ticket to go.
There you go, dude. Let's hit it.
I don't think my wife would appreciate me going without her. But
Neither would mine.
Let's do this. Week 1's overhypes and don't overhypes, overreactions, whatever, underreactions, whatever you want to call it. Let's start with the don't overhypes, because don't overhypes or whatever.
You want me to start it, or are you gonna start it?
I'll start this one. My first one is don't overhype the Kenneth Gainwell 54% snap percentage, compared to Jalen Warren.
I agree.
And Caleb Johnson.
I agree.
He 54% of the snaps, only had 6.3 fantasy points. He had 10 total touches, and you want to know how many yards he got with those 10 total touches?
Not a lot.
23.
Yeah.
So if you were a Jalen Warren or Caleb Johnson had the least amount, which is understandable. You're a rookie. You got Kenneth Gainwell and Jalen Warren in front of you. Jalen Warren and Caleb Johnson's touches are just going to increase. If you have them, I wouldn't get rid of them as of right now. I would hold on to them. They're definitely a stash piece, probably not a starter piece yet. But don't worry about the Kenneth Gainwell, because his touches are going to be dropping with that production. So do not overhype is Caleb Johnson and Jalen Warren aren't going to ever see the ball. They will. Don't worry. They will. Plus, that offensive line was not very good against the Jets, but the Jets have a very good defense. And they had Aaron Rodgers was just slinging it. I mean, he was all over the place. So there's going to be games where they're going to have to run the ball and control it. And I don't think Kenneth Gainwell is that running back to do that. So, yeah, don't overhype the 54% snap share of Kenneth Gainwell.
Yep. My first one was Javonte Williams. I went with the running back as well. Javonte Williams had 2 touchdowns in the Cowboy game. Javonte Williams had 50 yards with a team that had the best player on that defense ejected. Like that's your production. Oh, Javonte Williams looking really good. No, not really. I mean, he scored the points. It looks good on fantasy because he has 2 touchdowns. There's 12 points right there, and 5. So I'm sure catcher 2. There's 20 points easily right there.
Yeah, he had 20.4.
Yeah, there's 20 points easily right there. But I don't trust this backfield. I think the only one that I would want is the receiving back out of there, and right now it's Miles Sanders. But I don't think Miles Sanders looked that good. He looked really bad, except for that one run, had a fumble. I expect Jaden Blue to come in here and do some work. I think that eventually that backfield will be his. It may not happen, but right now I don't want to start Javonte Williams. I'd be scared. I would not be surprised if you started Javonte Williams this week and he got you less than 8 points. Calling it right now. We'll see if I'm right or wrong, but they talk about wanting to run the ball in Dallas, and I hate to tell you, but George Pickens is only going to take 4 or 5 targets a game for so long, man.
Yeah. No, I agree.
You got him on your contract year. Go use the pass catchers you have. CD, Javonte Williams, or not Javonte Williams. CD, Jaden Blue could be a good pass catcher for you. Also, Jake Ferguson, and also, your guy.
Little Austin's watching. He's like, this is coming from the guy who told me to pick him up because I told him to go pick up Kenneth Gainwell. Austin, I only told you to pick him up because that was the best running back available, and I was this close to being a dick and claiming him before you could.
Little Austin, the little shark himself.
Yeah.
Trying to get. Let me see if I can pull up that trade right now.
Trying to get me to trade Aaron Jones for a hurt Brandon Ayuk. Just terrible. I don't like Kenneth Gainwell.
He tried to get me to trade Bucky Irving and another piece for freaking what's his face, who's also hurt. Xavier Worthy. I was like, fuck you, Austin.
I told you, Derrick Henry for or what did I tell him? Hold on, I'm gonna pull this up. What did I tell him today? I was like, ETN for Brown, number 6 for number 22 seems like a steal for you.
He wanted Matthew Golden and Bucky Irving for Xavier Worthy. That's what he was trying to pull.
Trying to get rid of all of his injured players. Just terrible. My next don't overhype is Brian Thomas Jr. with only having 9 points, and 6 of those was from a rushing touchdown. Don't overhype the low score. Don't overhype the he's gonna be bad. Keep playing him. 86% snap share. He had 7 targets. Him and Trevor Lawrence definitely were not on the same page, and I think that was largely because it's week 1. You didn't play in preseason. It's just like the Bengals the last how many years. And then guess what the Bengals did this year? They played in preseason, and they didn't look like complete ass. It was still not good, but it was not complete ass. And they won a game. They actually won the game. And Liam Cohen has said that Travis Hunter is going to see a higher volume on defense. So you know what that means? Travis Hunter is not going to be playing 42 of the 66 offensive snaps like he has been. With all if you see another 4 to 7 defensive snaps, they're going to want him a little fresher, especially on a team they play the Bengals, I think, this week. Teams that he may have to play a little bit way more defense than people are going to expect this week because they have a ton of pass catchers with the Bengals and are going to need the help. So
I would love to play devil's advocate on this one after you're finished.
Oh, really? Well,
yeah, I do. I have a take.
Is he one of your overhypes, or did you not do him at all?
No, I don't. Okay. I just want to say something about him. Not that I 100% believe it, but I want to put something in perspective.
Okay.
So I like Brian Thomas Jr., I think he's a very good player, and he won a ton of people fantasy leagues last year. Ton of people. My comment on Brian Thomas Jr. is Trevor Lawrence has looked bad the last couple of years. I haven't seen something from Trevor Lawrence that I thought was fantastic since he won the Chargers game when he threw 4 picks in the playoff game. And that's been 2022, maybe? We're talking about maybe 2023. We're talking about 2 to 3 years that I've seen that. And last year, Brian Thomas Jr. looked good when Trevor Lawrence was hurt. Mac Jones was slinging the ball, man. Like, I haven't seen that connection yet. So I'm not saying that I'm nervous. I just want to put that out in the universe that could be troublesome. Now, granted, if you drafted Brian Thomas Jr., you probably drafted him with the second or possibly late first-round pick, so you kind of got to ride it.
Yeah,
you don't really have a choice. So it's not like he's like. It's not like you drafted Matthew Golden in the 12th round and you're like, oh, Matthew Golden didn't do good, man. Like, I have all this investment. You really don't. Like, you probably have a fucking, I don't know.
You probably have 3 other starter wide receivers that you can
he's
live off
probably your
of
wide receiver 4. Like, this guy could realistically be your wide receiver 1, or, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I don't know, but I don't know. I think they'll be fine. I do trust in Liam Cohen. He is a good coach. I feel like this offense will get back in track and do really well. I mean, I liked what he did with the run game. I'm sure the pass game will get there. It was kind of a weird matchup too, but I just want to put that out in the universe a little bit. That we've never seen it. We've never seen the connection really.
Yeah, and he was just with the Bucs. We saw what he did with the Bucs. Baker's now a top 10 quarterback in the league.
Baker, I would give Baker, honestly, probably he's pushing that top 5.
Yeah,
on any given like Baker's good.
And then you revitalize that run game. Like, he has all the Jaguars' offensive line is not as good as the Bucs, I would say.
Yep,
but I mean, he has the players that type of players that the Bucs have to turn this offense around, like what he did with the Bucs.
The talent is there.
Yeah,
there's
talent,
similar situation. Trevor Lawrence is an underperforming first round or first overall quarterback. Changed the franchise. The only difference is the Bucs were once Baker came in there, Bucs were a somewhat winning franchise.
Yeah.
The Jags have never been a winning franchise, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But I want Trevor Lawrence to do good. I like the prospect.
I want Brian Thomas to do good. I have him in many leagues.
You do have a lot of investment in him. My next one is the Lions' debut against the Packers. I think there's too much hype on this team won't be good. They don't play in the preseason ever. Like, I believe in Dan Campbell. I don't think that the Lions are going to win the North, but I do think for fantasy purposes, you're still going to get stuff out of Gibbs. Gibbs looked good. He had 10 receptions. Like, he's going to be pretty safe. Amon-Ra should be safe.
He had 10 catches?
10 catches for 30 yards. That's the lowest amount of yards per having 10 catches in NFL history.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
I did not realize he had 10 fucking catches.
10 catches. 10 catches, man. Well, dude, they couldn't do anything. It was Sam Laporta fucking net and Isaac Tesla. Did you see his one-handed catch?
Yeah, that was
that was nasty. The Packers came out humming, dude. Like, they wanted to prove that Micah Parsons was the pick to do, and the Packers could be a hard team to beat this year.
He did one thing all game. I mean, he had his pressures, but he literally got 1 sack, and that was it all game. I know. I guess the other one too is he only played like 30 or 40% of defensive snaps. He's being thrown in. He's not just thrown in 100%, but still, I get it.
I think the pass rush on that team is really good. That secondary, meh. Like, if you can get the ball out quick, like, those linebackers and pass rushers are good, which are the most important thing.
I would agree. The Lions, you have a new line. You're a run. You want to run the football, establish the run. David Montgomery, because of that new interior line, he feeds on those in between the tackle runs. He didn't look great. As that line plays, it's gonna get better. Yeah,
let's be honest. Frank Ragnow, retiring fucked that team. Like, fucked them.
They wish they could be like the Eagles.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, once you have a
Offensive.
generational center, you know, one of the probably the best center of all time will go down as the best center of all time, and you go and you have someone that's still a Pro Bowl caliber center skinny. Why don't you go fuck yourself? Like, yeah, we get it. We get it. We get the Eagles are so good.
Oh, fuck. I love it. All right, my last don't overhype. Um, I'm going Nico Collins and the Texans in general, I guess too. Uh, they traded a lot of offensive line pieces away. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so that just like the Lions, they're kind of figuring things out with that offensive line. It's weird because you go from getting sacked 8 times in a playoff game, and that's the reason why you lose the game, and then you
Yeah,
go and just trade everything away and have rebuilt to start with even worse players, I'd say.
yeah.
Um, they're gonna because of that, their run game's was not good. It as much as we wanted to see Nick Chubb thrive, and be the Nick
He
Chubb he
didn't
was
do
with the
bad though.
no, it wasn't pretty. I guess it was.
Yeah,
The run game just was not pretty. Their offensive line will get better. CJ Stroud will get more comfortable behind that line. Nico Collins last year was the number one wide receiver in fantasy football until he got hurt. And I
yeah,
could argue, yeah, they have a lot of wide receiver depth, but it's not like some of the. It's not like it's Nico. It's not like a Jamar Chase, T Higgins, or a Jamar Puka Nakua, Devontae Adams,
yeah.
where they're these are
Well, there's a lot of unproven talent
yeah
on
yeah
that offense.
two rookies and a
Yeah,
three Iowa State receivers that were, they're all young and like you said, unproven. Where Nico's gonna feast at it's gonna come around, and that
he'd
Texans,
be someone. He'd be someone this week if you got a manager that's like, oh, this team looked terrible, and you could get a discount on Nico Collins. Go get it.
yeah,
I think this team.
yeah.
But
If you have him, I wouldn't. I have him in a league. I wouldn't. I am not worried about him. It's gonna get better for him, um, especially as they're not as good as people think they will be. In terms of,
Mhm.
I think they win the division because that's an easier division. Which maybe it's not as easy as a division as I thought it was with how the Colts played and everything. But um, I I think against some of those tougher teams, they're going to have to throw the ball a lot if that run game does not get better and that offensive line gets better.
Yeah, I agree. I agree completely. Um, my last one is Dak Prescott and how he didn't have a big game week one. I think Dak looks really good. Like I was very impressed. There was a lot of points left on the board, and I think that was because CD dropped passes. The rain the rain delay kind of made things weird.
Yep.
But Dak looked strong. Dak was evading the pass rush really well. Like
He
honestly,
was
like this
shrugging
team.
off.
No,
Pat,
he
he
was
was
like he
shrugging
looked
dudes off
good.
of him. I mean,
He
he
looked
looked
good. Like
good.
Dak, I'm impressed with Dak this year. I really think Dak is in for a huge year if he can stay healthy. Like he's got the offense around him. Like the offensive line isn't as good as it was 5 years ago, but it's not terrible. Like there's a lot of young pieces there that if they click, like it could be pretty decent.
I noticed 3 of their offensive lineman starters, all their first names are Tyler. When they did their introductions,
Oh
I was
yeah,
like, that's crazy.
Tyler Booker, Tyler Langstrom, right? Their center.
Uh, Tyler
Tyler
Smith,
Tyler
Tyler Booker, and then I don't
Tyler
remember
Smith.
what the third one. Let me go.
I think the Langstrom, the center. I think his name is Tyler. He was drafted to the Ravens. He's from Iowa. I'm pretty sure their center's from Iowa. Oh, that might be Chris Lindstrom. I can't remember.
Tyler Guyton, Tyler Smith, and Tyler Booker. I just,
Oh,
I was,
Guyton.
and then,
Who's the center?
their center is Cooper Beebe.
Oh, they don't have Lindstrom anymore.
And then if you want to get on top of that, their right tackle's first name is Terrence, so they got 4 people that start with T's. But like I did not realize that they had 3 starters with the name Tyler. Also, uh, the rookie Tyler Booker
Tyler. Yeah.
looked good. He didn't have to go against Jalen Carter, so that definitely helped. But they were worried about him, and he looked pretty damn good. Especially like Jordan Davis is not a small guy. He did pretty well, but
Oh, Jordan Davis is fucking big, man. That's a
yeah,
big dude
but
and a
he
fast dude.
I will say he looked pretty good. But yeah, no, Dak did look good. If they could have won that game, CD's big drop, what 3 drops, 2 of them in like crucial moments. He was making the right plays. Tipped. I mean, he had some tip passes. He had those type of things. I don't always blame tips to interceptions. It's hard to blame those on a quarterback. Sure, could the ball have been placed an inch lower? How much control does a quarterback really have? Like they're throwing the ball to where they know you're gonna think you're gonna be. If it gets tipped, it gets tipped. So I don't really, and a lot of those picks could have just been tipped interceptions. Yeah, when he shrugged off our defensive end, like I thought for sure it was gonna be a sack, and he just fucking shrugs him off like it's nothing. Yeah, Dak is in.
Good, man.
Yeah, Dak is in for a big season. I think the Cowboys, especially with how much better that defense played than I thought they were going to even look all season, I think the Cowboys win more games than I think they were going to win, and could be
dark horse.
I have them going third in the division. I think they could be second. I genuinely think if this team plays like they did week 1, they could beat the Commanders. They could beat the Commanders and take over that number 2 spot, and be back to fighting for a division competition earlier than I thought.
Yeah. Do you want me to start with the overreacts?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. My first one is what I'm overreacting on, and I believe this to be true, is Bill Krosky Merritt is the number 1 running back on the offense for the Washington Commanders. We heard a lot about it. A lot of carries were gone from Brian Robinson. He's over McNichols. He's over, I can't remember the other guy they have there. They have McNichols and they have someone else.
Rodriguez.
Yeah, Chris Rodriguez. Eckler is going to have the receiving down stuff, so he will have value. But I think Krosky Merritt is their guy. Like, they loved him. They talked about him. They told us they were going to do this. And we're like, well, we don't know. Maybe there's issues with Brian Robinson. We should have just trusted him because, I mean, they proved it. He looked really good. He looked like the most capable running back in that offense last week.
I'm not going to lie. I barely watched that game just because they were up heavy and there was so much better games to watch. So I can't really speak. I remember what was it, like Wednesday or Thursday when the official rosters come out, the depth chart, and he's listed as running back 4, and people were losing their shit over it. It's like, relax. He's gonna probably play a fuck ton. He's still gonna play. You don't go from being this guy that they really like. You don't trade your RB1 for. I think they got rid of him for cheaper than what he probably could be even worth. But I guess it's to the 49ers or whatever. But you don't trade your RB1 that hasn't been bad for you for a guy that looked good in preseason if you didn't think he was going to be your guy.
It's true.
Yeah, Eckler's going to have his receiving back, and everybody else is just pretty much if somebody gets hurt. There's again, I didn't watch the game. They were up heavy, so I don't know how much they passed compared to they ran at the point of being up. 2 scores or 3 scores. So that that definitely increases. But if you got him, good for you. Solid fucking pickup. And especially if you were drafting back in June when he was probably going undrafted or not even noticed, you're getting a fucking steal of a player now because in that week of doing mocks, he went from bottom running back to right next to Austin Eckler in drafts. So
oh yeah, you could have got him. I actually picked him up once the news broke. I was heavy on that, and I actually picked him up in our dynasty league, and that he might be more worth it than a Jaden Blue who I drafted in it. And honestly, Caleb Johnson, he could be a league winner this year for sure.
Oh yeah, 100%. My overhype is Garrett Wilson. I had questions of him coming into I guess the Justin Fields Garrett Wilson connection. I had questions. Justin Fields looked good. He played a pretty damn good
Mhm.
game. Was slinging the ball around pretty good. Uh, like one of Garrett Wilson's
One
like
of the
last
best defenses in the league
yeah
too.
one of the last possessions where he threw it to Garrett Wilson. They were in the red zone. I thought he was going to take off and run it, but instead he threw it to Garrett Wilson. Like he
Mhm.
trusts Garrett Wilson. Um, I was worried. I was questionable. I have him in a couple leagues, and
And a
I avoid
lot of draft capital
and,
on
and
him.
yeah, yeah. In redrafts, I avoided him just because I had the question. I think there was other players I would rather have with more certainty, I guess,
Mhm.
at that time. But in my dynasties that I have him, I'm ecstatic. Him and Fields look good. He played 100% of the snaps. He was in every offensive play.
Mhm.
So he had 9 targets, and Fields trusted him. So if you had any questions or concerns on Garrett Wilson, on how Justin Fields could still look like a average quarterback moving forward, but he is going to make sure Garrett Wilson
Garrett
gets the
Wilson
ball.
gets it. I'd like to see a couple more weeks of it, but it was very, very good the first week, especially against, a defense that has, the best defense in probably football right now. And
I know he did get fucked up by
they have,
Jalen Ramsey because Fields probably should have just taken off instead of throwing that ball to end the game, but
dude, there was like 4 people spying on him though.
Justin Fields would have gotten it. And clearly, again, he throws it to his guy, Garrett Wilson, and hopes for a first down. So, I mean,
Yeah.
he's looking for Garrett Wilson's way.
Um,
Give
this
me
is
one
one
second.
that.
I have to piss. I'm so sorry.
Oh, you old man.
Distract people. Distract people with something. I don't know. Show them how to juggle or something.
Gage, hit me with something, or Austin, whoever's in the feed, hit me with a question. I got you, dog. Because Skinny's an old man that has to go pee. Oh wow. Yeah, that was a crazy game. Aaron Rodgers really, 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 really came in there and had a lot to say after the game about Aaron Glenn and how he was treated with the Jets. I think it showed that Aaron Rodgers still has some juice in the tank, and it was a pretty good game. 4 touchdowns for him. I think Fields had a couple of them, so liked what I saw there for sure. Liked what I saw there. So interesting stuff coming out of the Steelers game. I do like Justin Fields. He's my starting quarterback in the Dynasty League. So I didn't really get him a lot in leagues, but he's going way more expensive than he was in years prior. So I used to always get him though. So
What are you doing?
Bryce is a young bust. The kid
Is
says.
Bryce Young a bust? I am a bust. Bryce Young
Uh,
is not a bust. Yet.
Not yet. He didn't look good though. I don't know if you watched that game.
No.
Like,
Give him the end of the season, and we'll
he
reevaluate.
was going. Oh, give a quarterback time, Skinny. Is that what you said?
I verbally said that I don't think drafting a guy as high as you do in the first round and getting rid of him in less than 2 years is pointless. How long has AR-15 been there?
He's only played 15 games.
How long
It's
has he
been
been
less
there?
than 2 years.
How long has he been there?
Less than 15 games. Only played 15 games.
But he's been injured and can't stay healthy and is winded. But Bryce Young's not a bust yet.
But he will get it to Tech McMillan. So, and Tech McMillan could have had a huge game, dude. Huge game. A lot of things didn't go his way. He looks good, dude. He had a catch. Skinny, 2 one-handed catches. One didn't count.
AR-15 is ass, Marcus. Give it up. Thank you.
No, no, little Austin. You don't know what's good, dude.
Dude, Daniel. Hey, I told you Daniel Jones was the fucking future for the Colts, and look what he fucking did.
Well, see, we'll see. I have a feeling AR-15 will be playing again this
uh,
year. We'll see.
all right, what's your next overhype?
Oh goodness, people, goodness. Let
Make
me
sure
look.
to
Give me a
overhype
second.
this. Make sure to overvalue this. However you want to define
Oh,
it.
this is what I'm overvaluing. This is what I believe. My next one is Zach Charbonnet over Kenneth Walker. Like that's legit. What are you
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah.
That's legit. That people said that. I'm like, nah, I don't know. If you take Kenneth Walker, I would get rid of him right now. Whatever value you can get, if it's decent value, I would see if I could get someone that will buy him off a name value. Zach Charbonnet, I think, is the number one running back in that team.
Well,
He was a
yeah.
more effective back and had 2 more carries, and he's a pass catching back. So he not only did he out snap him with or out touch him, he also is the pass catching back in that offense. And I don't know what it is, but I don't think they love him there. And that wasn't like a game that you couldn't run. That was a very close competitive game. They could have ran the whole time.
Well, and in the red zone, you're going to give it to your pass catcher back over your star-studded
Yeah.
RB1. Ever since they've had Charbonnet, I had Kenneth Walker, I think, 2 years ago when they first drafted
Mm-hmm.
Charbonnet, and I
And
mean, I
it
was
didn't
even
feel like it meant anything that
yeah,
year.
like it didn't feel like that. But then like watching last year, kind of, and the other
Mm-hmm.
one too is
Last year,
Kenneth Walker hasn't stayed healthy. I mean, he's missed games, so I get it.
no.
But man, it
They like
sucks.
Charbonnet
It
in
sucks
Seattle.
watching running backs that are still fairly young and just see how fast they try to move on from you, all because
Mm-hmm.
like
Travis Etienne. I mean, once we were talking about that, like that
yeah,
was the same feel of that. Like,
yeah. I mean, right now for me, Aaron Jones. I get Aaron Jones is older, but he just had 1,000 yard season. He's missed games and stuff, but like, it's not like he just all of a sudden is just ass. He's just
I
older.
told you about Mason though.
I
I
know.
told you about Mason. They
I
traded.
get you want to have your one or two running backs or like that type of thing, but like
Mhm.
watching like watching that game just felt like Aaron
Yeah.
Jones is just like it's like he's a Zeke all like a out of prime Zeke, just he's done.
Hmm.
But when Aaron Jones was on the field, he played very well. Like it's not like he was
Look at
slow.
look at look at Zeke's stats though. Like if you look at him, did he have a slow decline? Kind of, but once he was done, he was done. He went from like 1,000 yard rusher to like
Yeah, but
a
that's what I'm saying
500
is I
yard.
feel like that's how I
Yeah.
like Aaron. That's how I felt like Aaron Jones like
Yeah.
with this Monday night game. Crucial
Looked.
moments,
Yeah.
big plays, big time. Like they're playing Jordan
Mhm.
Mason over a better running back who I think is still plenty good. Um, I like Kenneth Walker, and it sucks to see this, but it just means either one, another team is going to be able to
He's
go
gonna.
get him, and
Yeah.
the Seahawks are going to rely on just Zach Zarvin. They're down to one running back.
This
Or
this is a little bit off topic, and we can talk about this quick. I think Sunday opened up a possibility when Scatterbo's healthy for him to take over that number one role because I don't think Tyrone Tracy looked good. Like I think that's going to be more of a more of a competition than you think it
here's
will
my
be.
thing: is what on that Giants team looked good on Sunday?
Oh, no one did. I mean,
Exactly.
honestly, at this point, if Russell Wilson has another couple weeks like this, like you got to put in Dart, man.
Yeah,
Like Dart had a great preseason. Like
I
Russell Wilson looked good.
I'm not worried yet. Cam Scattaboo can sit here and shrug off 3 tackles and gain 1 extra yard for all I give a fuck. Tyron Tracy's the better out of the backfield, and Tyron Tracy's the better runner overall. I
I don't think so. I actually disagree with both those points. I think Cam Scatterbo is a fine. And this isn't even Cam Scatterbo like fucking like what do they call it? I can't think what they call it. Glazing. That's what the kids call it. Got to talk the kid talk now, but glazing. Like I think Cam Scatterbo is just as good of a receiver out of the backfield as Tyrone Tracy. I'm going to say that and I'm put that on record. And I think that he's a better runner. I think he's a better runner.
he's just
I
more
I
he's
truly
just more
believe.
physical in terms of And you know what physicality gets you sometimes? It gets you injured more often.
It does.
I
Look at Nick Chubb.
I
Okay, but
think
depends on the running back.
yeah, but Cam
Derrick Henry's
Scottaboo
been
is never going to
physical his
be like a Nick
whole
Chubb or a
career.
Jonathan Taylor or Josh Jacobs. I 100% can tell you that. Tyron Tracy Jr. is the better running back on that team, and I don't see any reason why he should never have majority of the
We'll
snap
see.
percentage.
We'll see.
You want to give him goal line work? Great. He's a tough runner. Do that. But I don't see Cam Scottaboo ever being more than a Garrett Blunt in terms of running back. And
Hey,
but what did LeGarrette Blunt turn into for a majority of his career? A
a
certified
Super Bowl winner.
third.
A Super Bowl winner.
Okay, 3-time Super Bowl winner. I think, pretty sure.
Yeah, a Super Bowl winner.
But he
my
wasn't the
running
star
back,
running back on those teams. He was a third down back.
my de
goal line.
facto running back that I would always pick up in Madden because you couldn't tackle him and he'd truck over everyone every single year.
I love LeGarrette Blunt. All right, I love LeGarrette Blunt. But what I'm saying is, I don't think Cam Scottaboo.
Put some respect on Cam Scattaboo's name.
It's just like Ashton Genty. I think Ashton Genty was overhyped because he was doing all this shit and was playing Boise State.
I agree with that. I also think
Cam Scottaboo played in a fucking Pac-12 conference. Go play the fucking Big Ten. Good luck, dude. You know what Tyron Tracy did? He played the fucking Big Ten for 2 teams, wide receiver and running back.
Sucked. All right, go over your next one, boy.
Clutch says Travis Hunter needs to be a DB or wide receiver, not both. I think eventually it's going to come to that. Like his body.
Milton's mad about fantasy right now.
Yeah,
dude.
Milton called me at what was it like? It was like 6:20 a.m. He called me. He was asking me about it, and then literally right after you called me. So I was very busy this morning from the hours of 6 to 7 a.m. talking about fantasy, but. You know, because that's just how fantasy doesn't sleep for us. But it was
it doesn't. It doesn't.
I called him. I was like, at first I was like, what is he calling me about at 6 a.m? You know, like
because here's the thing: we woke up to all the things that we dealt with today in your league. Like we woke up to the group chat popping.
But I was like, did something happen? Like, is he in the hospital? Did something happen to Tim? Like, I instantly went to. What's going on that you're calling? Because it's like with your brother, you called me early. I was like, it's not out of the blue, but it's also like, why the fuck is Marcus calling me this early? Something's up.
Yeah.
So I thought something was going on when Milton called me, and then he was like, I need help with fantasy in a different league. I'm like, oh, all right, what's going on? It makes it a little bit better. My overhype is we kind of talked about it a little bit with your Vikings. Aaron Jones in Jordan Mason's situation. They had like a 50% snap share count. It was a lot closer than what I thought it was. But the usage rate, Jordan Mason was way higher. He had 15.7 fantasy points for Aaron Jones, but 6 of those were a touchdown. The thing that what happened was Jordan Mason had double the rushing attempts. Aaron Jones, I think what you're going to see out of the Jordan Mason-Aaron Jones situation is the Austin Eckler Bill situation. One's the receiving back, one's the more running back. I think, depending on how that, I think one thing is, you know, a lot of, the other one too, the thing with me with Aaron Jones is usually
Montgomery Swift is a decent one to.
A little bit, because Jordan Mason can run outside the boxes. David Montgomery's like a soul. Like we're running you fucking between the tackles. The thing with Aaron Jones though is all of his passes were like downfield. You know, like it wasn't just a quick dump off, which a lot of rookies don't want to do. So that worries me. Aaron Jones is if you absolutely have to play him running back at this point. And you 100% Jordan Mason. Don't overhype the Jordan Mason juices. Don't think that this is a one-off. Jordan Mason is here to stay.
It's time to buy and and now is the time to buy. Like if you can get him, I have him in one of my. I think I'm in my league, and I like I'm pretty deep with running backs. Like if some of these running backs pop off, like I'm gonna have to start selling, wheeling, and dealing some of them because there's some running backs that people aren't thinking of. There's a lot of great late round
And
value, like a Travis Hunt or
and
like
like
a
with
Travis Etienne.
coming into the season, I still, I know you were saying Jordan Mason, but I still even thought, even if it's at the 50 to 60 to 40, 50-50, 60 to 40, Aaron Jones would still be getting
Yeah.
significant in terms of equal amount of touches even.
Hmm.
When you're getting double the rushing attempts, that, yeah, it just kind of shows.
They were trailing the majority of that
Yeah,
game too.
and yeah, they kept running the ball.
Yeah.
I I would overhype that. If you have Aaron Jones, try to get rid of him. I'm keeping him. I have him currently on one of my leagues. I'm gonna keep him and just see kind of things how play
Hope
out.
for
Because
yeah.
if he's gonna be more of the passing catcher and he can still at least get me 8 to 10 points, I'll take him as a flex player when I need to play him. But for now, I'll just let him sit on my bench and maybe trade him away for injured Brandon Knight.
Yeah. I told you though, beginning of the year, I've been pounding my fist. Jordan Mason. We'll see if it continues, but I think it will. My
All right,
last one is we talked.
Oh, sorry.
Go
Real
ahead.
quick, we have a fantasy question. Would you start Zay Flowers or Marvin Harrison Jr. this week? Let me go look at who they play.
Uh, Marvin Harrison Jr. Who did they play? I would probably go towards Mar, but I already said before that I'm not a
Cleveland
big.
versus Cleveland. So Zay Flowers versus Cleveland
Okay,
or
divisional game.
Arizona versus Carolina. I'm gonna play Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah, I play Marvin Harrison Jr. too. I'm gonna give Zay Flowers his flowers. He had a huge game last week. He's the one that I told you a couple weeks ago. I don't like drafting Zay Flowers. Like he's one of those that I really just don't like. I love the talent of Zay Flowers. I do not like the landing spot because I just don't know. It's very up and down. So, Jesus, dude, dramatics. But I would say Marvin Harrison Jr. He looked good. This team wants to play into their investment. Like honestly, right now the Ravens are deep with pass catchers and everything. Like you see D Hop's there, had a beautiful one-handed catch. They still have Mark Andrews, Rashad Bateman. So there are a lot of mouths to feed in Baltimore.
Justice
But
Hill, if you want to get
yeah,
technical.
still, like there is meat mouths to feed. Once you get out of that though, and you look at the Arizona Cardinals, it's literally, and I mean this, it's literally Trey
Trey
McBride
McBride
and Marvin
or yeah.
Jr.
Uh, he said bet, and then Lil Austin asks, they're interrupting our shit. But we'll take it. We love it. We love the questions. This is what we live for.
We do love ask questions. We love answering them.
Stephon Diggs or Xavier Worthy this week. Starting. They say Worthy should be good to play. So
I don't think I dislocating your shoulder a week back. That's pretty aggressive. Uh, that's a hard one because if Xavier Worthy plays, like if he's healthy and like I know he's healthy, no limitations, maybe Worthy because Stephon Diggs was on a snap count last week. He didn't play the full game, but Diggs looked good and Diggs was productive. I would probably
and they're
shy
playing
more towards
Miami.
Diggs.
Hey, you just saw what the fucking Colts
Yeah,
did to him. I would play Stephon Diggs.
yeah.
I would.
Anyone against Miami right now, that
Yeah.
defense looks trash. But
And the other one too is the Chiefs are playing the Eagles. Eagles
oh,
have
that's rough. Yep.
yeah their DBs are question. If Xavier Worthy and Hollywood Brown are your 1 and 2, and you're lining up against Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, and let's say Dory Jackson, I think those
Hmm.
three have an upper hand over that.
Yeah, I agree.
And if I mean yeah, Xavier Worthy, if it's a dislocated shoulder, one bad fall on that right shoulder might put him out of the game. So I would take the stuff on Diggs.
Look at what it did to CD Lamb last year. Once you're a receiver, you have to be able to extend that arm. And once you're playing through an injury like that, like going and catching a ball from here to here, having that limited range of motion really affects the play. I would 100%,
DBs get
unless
in
he's,
there, all that.
yep.
Oh, Dory
So
Jackson
I would,
got cut? No fucking really? When the fuck did that happen?
Who said that in the chat?
Well, Austin.
Well,
No, he didn't. Literally 11 hours ago, Vic Fangio says he's still starting. Where the fuck do you say Adoree Jackson got cut?
fake news, little Austin.
Austin, he's literally. Adoree Jackson's likely to start versus Chiefs. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Faking news to me. And then, real quick, the last question, then we'll move on because we need to keep things going a little bit. Would you start Kyler or Fields this week? So Kyler plays, we said, Carolina, and Justin
Okay.
Fields plays Buffalo.
So here's my tiebreaker, my thought process. I feel like Carolina, the Arizona Cardinals could really be run heavy and get ahead really quickly. I feel like Justin Fields is going to play behind in Buffalo, and it's going to be like that. I would go Justin Fields just for the simple fact of I think that it could be a higher scoring game, which higher scoring games means more fantasy points, and who's going to score the fantasy points? The quarterback, more than likely, especially one that bolsters.
Be in more passing situations because there's no way they're going to fucking be up, which results in more chances for Justin Fields to just fucking take off and run. And yeah, I would start Justin Fields. Okay, who is your last overhype?
My last overhype is Travis Etienne. Like we talked about earlier, we don't have to talk a bunch about him, but I just think that
he's my third one too, so it works out great.
Okay, good. we planned it. I mean, just look at the player. Like I watched that game, he looked strong. He was making the holes. I mean,
he looked like 2023 Travis Etienne.
No, he did. He wasn't injured, and I think that's what I said. And I talked about this. I was like, have we gone too far on Travis Hunt or Travis Etienne? Like, is it to the point where it's like, okay, well, everyone's telling me he's not going to start, but no one's really said that. In like, what?
You know who this year?
What do I know?
He's going to be this year's Joe Mixon from last year. Joe Mixon.
Oh, you might be right. Everyone hates the player, but like he's just getting it, and he's younger than Joe Mixon. He's a better athlete than Joe Mixon. Like he has so much to his game. Like I agree. Like he was so dirt cheap. I mean, people are getting him in the 11th, 12th round. Like Travis Etienne is such a steal for a player that probably really should have been going in the 4th or 5th round at maximum. So
yeah, last year Joe Mixon. The only reason why I didn't draft Travis Etienne this year was because he fucked me because I had him in the 2nd round last year. Just traded for him, but I have him in another league, in our Dynasty League, which I'm glad that I held on to him. I wanted to get rid of him, but Joe Mixon last year, we hit the 5th round, and he was going in the 3rd, early 4th last year. People kept passing him up because nobody wanted to touch him, and I finally was like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking take it, and honestly, he was one of those. I'm glad I did. And Travis Etienne is 100%. He had 61% of the snap share, and sure that's not like crazy numbers, but Bigsby only had like 4 because I think the trade was probably already being talked about in this. Like it was already, they were trying to limit his touches, but because now they have things established, that number I think is going to shoot up closer to 70, and he's making those touches count now. It's not 10 touches for 23 yards. It's, I don't know how many fucking touches he had, but he had a total.
I think he had like 16 carries for 143 yards or something like that.
Which he had a 70-yard run. Don't get me wrong, that's not going to happen in every game, but let's say even then you take off 40 of those yards.
15 for 70 isn't bad.
Yeah, exactly.
73 is not a bad
rushing stat. Well, and even if that run, let's say, is still a 10-yard run, you're 16 for
80. 5 yards a carry.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you want to see from a running back. So, yeah, I definitely agree. Travis Etienne is go overhype the fuck out of him. Now that Tanks Bigsby, especially with that trade of Tanks Bigsby being gone.
To play devil's advocate to something I believe in though. Tootin.
Yeah.
Still there. Well,
Yeah,
I want to see what the snap share is because it could be something later on in the year where Tootin takes over this backfield, but I don't know. We'll
I
have to see. But right now,
I just don't
nothing
think
leads
it.
me to believe that Travis Etienne isn't going to be the
I'm
starting running
pretty
back for
I'm
this team.
pretty sure Travis Etienne's on a contract year. So the Jags are new head coach. They're going to be like, okay, you said all this stuff publicly about your drafted guy that you just drafted, but let's talk about what are you going to say about the guy that you is already on this team and
Yeah,
arguably is better. Um,
yeah,
sure, 70-30 I'll take. 60-40 I'll even take. If you're going to give me fucking 18 and almost 18 and a half fantasy points with 60% of the snap share, fuck, give it to
give
me.
it to me.
Give
Give
it
it
fucking
to
to
me.
me.
Yeah. My honorable mention is Trey Benson, just because you got to put in a little bit of Trey. I liked what I saw from him. Like I think that, you know, what are the odds that what's his nuts stays healthy 2 years in a row? Like Trey
James Conner,
Benson is a
yeah.
little tank. Yeah,
Yeah.
James Conner, like he's a tank, and I think they draft him. I think he's a
My
talented back.
my only concern was he did not look like he had the same speed on that big run. I know he got bigger, but it just did not look pretty. I guess the breakaway speed just was what worried me. What's funny is you had don't overhype Javonte Williams. I had overhyped Javonte Williams. That was my honorable
Oh,
mention. Um, just because he had almost 80% of the snaps, and I know it wasn't great production, and they had to throw the ball a lot because they ended up being down. But Sanders, the thing for me is I think Sanders losing that fumble, let alone losing a fumble, but losing the fumble in the red zone is going to make
yeah.
a
If you believe that, you
huge.
know what you should do? Go bet his rushing line right now, and it might go up. It was a preseason thing. They don't think that his rushing line's only 500 this year.
Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah. So go make that bet. If you
I might
believe
have
that, go
yeah,
make
I
that
might
bet
have
if
to go
it's
look at
still
that
there.
because that's actually I think that's lower than what. And if the Cowboys are going to be playing a lot better than I think they were, um, he'll have more rushing opportunities. I think Jaden Blue still is clearly a factor, but I think Javante Adams is
Javonte
or Javante
Williams.
Williams, sorry, is somebody that you can definitely consider probably more maybe not an RB1 or two for you, but
Javonte
definitely
Adams is
shut the fuck
hilarious, dude.
up. Okay, moving on. I have one thing for you. We always do the non-football related question on an episode.
Mhm.
Let's say you're an emperor of a small island. You can pick three people from history to come live on your island. What are those three people that you're going to come? So you have like a whole civilization because you're an emperor clearly, but you can have three people come live on that island that you get to pick 100%. What three people from history would you come have live on your island?
Uh, Probably Teddy Roosevelt. Pretty up to date guy. Can do a lot of stuff. Um, Three people in history. Gosh, Skinny, this is a hard question. Who else would I want? Like, I'm gonna be biased. I'll probably pick like American, like you know, founding fathers and stuff like that. Uh, I would say for sure Teddy Roosevelt. We'll say someone crazy. Let's get an explorer. Maybe Lewis or Clark. You can pick which one, dude. We're gonna find out that island, know where we're going. And my last one would be, I don't know. Julius Caesar. You got to have your general so we can take over any islands around it. We got to have the trifecta. We have our explorer,
did
our
Julius
wilderness guide.
did Caesar really live here
Yeah, yeah.
in the movie?
I don't know.
The
What movie
Hangover,
is it?
Alan, when they're at Caesar's
Oh,
palace,
what's that?
he's
Caesar's
like, "Did
Palace.
Caesar really
Oh,
live
that's
here?"
funny. I forgot about that. That is a great movie. I just watched that movie not too long ago too. Yeah, he did, dude.
Teddy Roosevelt,
Julius
Julius
Caesar
Caesar, and
and
then
and
Lewis or
Lewis.
Clark.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We need a great explorer, dude. We got to figure out where we're at, get our bearings together.
Mussolini, Adolf. No, I'm
Yeah.
joking. I'd get overrun real quick.
He's an edgy boy, dude.
100% Abe Lincoln. Abe Lincoln's like the guy. Um, I think the other one is gotta go with George Washington, dude. Fucking the ginger-headed fuck that was crazy enough to cross the Delaware. You know, like that would be dope as fuck to have. And then I need somebody to manage my military, so I'm gonna get Leonidas from the Spartans. I'm gonna build.
This is
Yeah,
Sparta.
yeah. I'm gonna dig a hole so we can kick people down it. But
Nice, dude.
it'd be and like George Washington and Abe Lincoln. It'd be cool to just kind of see how they would. They're two of the biggest American presidents ever. All that.
Yeah.
Just see how they would vibe together, and then Leonidas can
Founding
kind of go
fathers,
do his
baby.
own thing. Take care of our military and kick people down holes. I guess.
That's funny.
All right. So for college week 3, technically, I guess last week I went 2-1. We had 3 games. You went 0-3. You you did not not a good week in college football for Marcus.
My
so I'm
pick'ems this year not so good, dude.
I'm 6-4 overall. You're 3-7 overall in college football pick'ems.
Oh no, dude. Oh,
This week we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. So
holy shit!
You could make a comeback here. You could go 6-0.
You get Virginia in there?
Yes, I did. Don't worry. I didn't. I did try to find their like FanDuel and all that other shit like spread, but no place had it. So
No one loves Virginia, dude.
I couldn't do that. I'm gonna assume Virginia's favored, just based on who they play.
No love for my Virginia. Talking about college football, baby. Let's get it going.
All right. So number 6 Georgia versus number 15 Tennessee. Georgia is favored by 3.5.
Give me Georgia. Give me Georgia Bulldogs.
Carson Beck, they're fine without him clearly. Number 18 USF, sorry, not UCF. USF versus number 5 Miami. Miami is favored by 16.5 points.
Give me Miami, dude. I'm not going against Miami. Miami's on fire.
And speaking of Carson Beck's gonna fucking lead Miami, all right? You know what would be fucking crazy? Carson Beck winning a national championship with Miami. Like
that would be crazy, actually.
Like, we haven't seen that yet, and that would.
But because he won one with Georgia, right?
Yeah.
Dude, do you think Carson Beck wins the national championship with Miami and then becomes the first overall pick? If our training doesn't go out there?
I don't think he would be. I don't think he would.
It means something though. Like when you're like that, like 2 teams. Like I don't know if I like Beck much, but
yeah, I don't think he'd become the number 1 over. I think there's way better talented players.
I agree.
But I mean, to win 2 national championships with 2 different schools is very fucking impressive. Number 16 Texas A&M versus number 8 Notre Dame. Notre Dame is favored by 6.5.
I'm gonna take my Notre Dame, dude, because I need a win by them, baby.
Yeah, they're the only 0 they're 0-1, but they're still ranked in the top 10. Crazy, because they didn't play last week. Number 14 Iowa State plays unranked Arkansas State. Iowa State is favored by 20.5.
Give me Iowa State.
All right. And then Iowa versus UMass. Iowa's favored by 35.5.
Holy shit, give me Iowa.
I don't bet Iowa spreads, but I'll take Iowa to win. And then lastly, your beautiful Virginia Cavaliers. They play William and Mary. So I couldn't find a spread for that game.
Give me my team, baby. Give me the Cavs, dude. Let's go. Who, whatever the hell the fucking saying is.
I am also going to take Virginia. If I didn't say, I'm taking Iowa State, Iowa, and Virginia. Just why is it doing this again? It's like wanting to like fucking put shit. Okay.
Oh,
And
gosh.
then what did you? Okay, what did you go last week?
9-7.
9-7. Okay. I don't know why I didn't write that down.
Not my best pick'ems.
Uh, yeah. I went 12-4. And Marcus went 9-7. With that, Marcus, let's get our pick'ems going.
Thursday night football. The Washington Commanders take on the Green Bay Packers.
I'm taking the Packers.
I'm taking the Packers too. I
At
need to
home.
edit this because I don't know what I was thinking, but I'm putting it on record. I'm taking the Packers because I thought the Commanders. And Sunday, September 4th, the Cleveland Browns take on the Baltimore Ravens. Give me the Ravens.
I am also taking the Ravens.
The Jacksonville Jaguars take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Give me the Bengals, dude.
This one was a tough one, but I'm also edging the Bengals.
Yeah,
I
just
want the
said
Jags
that.
to succeed, but man, since he's just, I think they won last week. They're gonna get shit. They have shit figured out in September for once. So
I agree. I think they do too, and got to get it going. The New York Giants take on the Dallas Cowboys. Give me the Cowboys.
yep,
Um,
same,
the
same.
New England Patriots. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying same.
Okay. The New England Patriots take on the Miami Dolphins. Give me New England. Miami looked like shit.
Yeah, I took New England also. I think they're going to focal point of trying to get Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle the ball, but it still's not going to matter. I think the Patriots defense is better.
The San Francisco 49ers take on the Saints. Give me the Niners.
Yep. Same Niners.
Buffalo Bills take on the. No, I don't think so. Oh yeah, I did. Chicago Bears take on the Detroit Lions. You're correct. I did. Give me the Lions. Comeback game.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Lions at home.
The Buffalo Bills take on the New York Jets. Give me Buffalo.
Buffalo.
The Seattle Seahawks take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Give me the Steelers.
Yep, give me the Steelers at home.
The LA Rams take on the Tennessee Titans. Give me the Rams.
Yep, Rams.
Carolina Panthers take on the Arizona Cardinals. Give me the Cardinals.
Cardinals. Yep.
The Denver Broncos take on the Indianapolis Colts. Give me the Broncos.
Broncos, correct. Indianapolis is going to not look like they did the week one.
Philadelphia Eagles take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Give me the Eagles.
Super Bowl 2-0. Let's go.
The Atlanta Falcons take on the Minnesota Vikings on Sunday Night Football. Give me Minnesota.
Dude, I'm not shitting you.
You're taking
No, I'm taking the Vikings. But after our game on Sunday, we might have to go out to Minnesota.
Got to go check it out, dude. It'll be a great game. And then Monday Night Football, there's a doubleheader. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers take on the Houston Texans.
Texans.
Give me Texans. Give me the Bucs, dude. I really don't think that the Houston Texans are going to win this game.
Yeah, give me the Bucs also.
And then the LA Chargers take on the Las Vegas Raiders. Give me the Chargers.
Give me the Chargers.
So we are 100% in agreement with every single game.
So that means just one more week of me staying ahead of you in the pickups, at least.
That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. He's like, I can't let Marcus get ahead. So,
yeah. Well, week 2, we're good. Longer episode than I kind of expected, but we're good still. Thank you for all that joined. Thank you for the questions. That's what we want. We want the questions.
Yeah.
We love the questions, especially with fantasy stuff. Where a lot of you that have asked questions, you ask us anyway. Make sure to follow us on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, um, Instagram, all that good stuff. Uh, I have nothing else really. You got anything else?
No, I don't. Milton said Marcus pull up the chat, you noob. Milton, don't be calling me a noob,
Tell him to
dog.
get a PC, and then he could have the chat up, and then he wouldn't have to be like looking at random things. But cheers. Have a good week too.
God bless.